everybody. Hope you feel everybody's doing already tonight. Welcome to 2023. Okay. Hi, Peter. Hi, Russell. Let's see. Hi, Diane. Hey, cute kitty. And hello, Auntie. Welcome, everybody. This is meeting me tonight. Let's get some photo playing now. I hope everybody is having a wonderful new year. 5 days in. My sound is good. Okay. I am trying a new. Hey, Sandra. I'm trying a new mic. And I don't know if. Let me see if I can get this to that. Okay, is this better? Hi, Susan. Okay. Is this better at all, you guys? I'm gonna have to switch to that one. Yeah. I think it's so funny. Okay. Okay, you guys, is it better now without a microphone? I hope this is better. Okay, we'll go without a microphone tonight. So much for trying something new. I hope everybody is having a wonderful New Year's, though. Really, I am. Hi, Granny. Hi. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to wake everybody up. I can probably turn this down a little bit. Turned it up, trying to use my headphone set. Let me try turning it back down a little bit. Okay. Am I still good here? I hope so. Nothing on that boat. Okay. Yes, a very happy new year to everybody. And thank you to everybody who is coming back tonight. It's so good to see everybody. I know a lot of people made New Year resolutions, but I actually don't really make New Year resolutions. I kind of put my own spin. We call them aspirations. And that way if they don't come true, then, or you don't meet them, it's not so disappointing because you're just hoping things come. And I hadn't really decided what I'd do this year. Peter, you make the same one every year. That's not a surprise. I'd be surprised if your resolution was to not party and flirt with everybody. Or all the ladies. That'd be a little bit more of a surprise. Anybody have any like real big lofty goals they're gonna do for Heyday? Maybe or a challenge that they're going to try to do. I don't know if I want to set one for myself. I would like to see the gift wrapping station come back. Probably contrary to popular. Hey, Fantas. I could probably put a few out. Peter, I don't know that I want to rush the levels like that and stress myself out. I mean, I'm not unobtainable. And we're talking 40 levels for all but one of my farms. 50 for one. So I have turned off all of my friend requests. So if, let me turn them on. Thanks, Russell. Let's see. Yeah, this time will probably be a good one. Let me turn on my I'll sell a set of 9 to you. So this one's going to be the first one after my main. If you're wanting to sell. So it'll be the PG29L. But I do not have. And if you guys send them, just let me know so I can. God, I turned on this one. This glitch is driving me. Hey, Roro. Monday they put out I think it was Monday or early Tuesday morning, they put out a bug fix. I don't think it did much. At least in terms of fixing any bugs that I've been having, because I still have my issue with the support tickets coming up, even on farms that I'm not sent in any things on. Hey, Fan says, was that you? I'll put up a set of 9. Please don't take it if it's not. Gotta work on making some money back and up on some of my machines this year. I'd like to get to a point where I have plenty of money. And I really did like, I think there needed to be some tweaks, but I really did like the wrapping event. At least the part I was able to take a part of. Hi, Sunshine. Yes, I am feeling better. 20 plots in your actual farm or in your town, or just 20 altogether? Hey, Carol. You have a lot of farms, so that is a good goal for you, Carol. And I think you'll easily keep going at the rate you're doing. Yes, so tomorrow, for anybody who did not know, it is 2 times the coin event tomorrow. And I actually have a lot of townies to get stacked, and really need to do that. Fantas, I'm good as far as I know. I I got the decorations I wanted. I did really good with spending all of the holly. I didn't get, oh, I think 10 was the highest holly I got. Maybe 15 on any one of my farms. Or that's how many coins I got when it changed. So I was really happy. Yeah, Auntie, that's so oddly enough, I actually collected on my main farm a lot of blankets, and I could not get a single visitor to ask for them. I was so mad. But it was really nice because I had spent all of my money on Maggie's on one of my farms. And I'm actually wondering, since they gave us a 2-day event, they didn't change the algorithm on the farm visitors. If anybody noticed, some people who definitely had more blankets than anything else got blankets, but I actually saw a lot of people making money off of the silo products more than their barn, especially if their barn wasn't the top. Hey, Jade. Nope, no worries. Thanks for lurking. Hey, Duke. Oh yeah, you have to have one of each. Uh, I had started preparing for the farm visitor event the Friday before when it was first announced, and kind of sad because I stream on Thursday, so it'll always be announced after I stream. And I was like, oh, that would have been good, but I wasn't able to stream anyway. And I'm glad to be back though. I am really excited to be back. Kind of sad that the headphones I had I thought were gonna work didn't, but I'll get a new mic set up again. I got a ton of wheat, and so it was the first day of the farm. Well, I guess, yeah, it was the first, no, the second day of the farm pass. So I was watching, here in the US, we have something called the Rose Parade. For anybody who isn't familiar, they do a Rose Parade and then they send it off to a Rose Bowl. And it's 2 college teams that get to compete. And everything in the Rose Bowl is a float created with flowers or live plants. You have to use items like that. And The first float that came down after they sent off was for the car company and their projections of where they're trying to move, and it had an airplane, and I was like, oh, I can tell what that is. And I was like, wait, did they change the rules this year? Did they actually allow a car to be on the float? What is up with this? And then they got closer and really zoomed in on the shot, and it was so beautiful. This like bluish purple color, and I could not, I could not tell that it was not a car. I was stunned. So I sat and I played while that was going on for a while, and I did not get to make as much money as I had hoped, but most of the farms that needed money did make up the money that they spent on Maggie designs. Oh yes, Jay, thanks for the reminder to like the stream. It really helps me and Heyday. I didn't you know what, take that back. I had one farm where they did ask for some of my berry smoothies. Not as many as I would have liked. It was definitely not the same as last time, and I liked it 2 days. How did everybody else feel about that? Did you guys like having it 2 days? I mean, I'd always take longer, but that's just me. I was glad to have it 2 days. I think it was needed. A lot of money was spent on Maggie designs and Christmas deco. I do not think if they're going to bring the gift wrapping station back, they need to do some tweaks to it. I liked it, but 4 weeks was too long. 2 weeks I could see. It really messes with the boat rushers. So I didn't rush boats, which I sometimes sit and I do. And I think there's some tweaks on the back end that they needed to do. Dan, don't feel bad. I did not go out for New Year's. I started. So usually the Rose Parade's on New Year's Day, but when it falls on a Sunday, it's always done on the. Oh, no problem. Thanks for stopping by, Fantas. Oh. I that's one of the things I would have said, Russell. I think if they're going to do it and still keep those boat rushers, if we're going to keep the boat rushers playing, they need to do it kind of like puzzle boats. A little more frequent than puzzle boats, but not as frequent as every boat because it was really overwhelming sometimes. And I really think it hurt some of the free-to-play players. But I did like it. I liked the kind of mix between the Valley and the catalog. You had to plan. And then I really must say they really surprised me. And I was really happy for the surprise to get the whole catalog up front. So you knew what you needed to spend, when you needed to spend it, so you could plan how you wanted to do it. And I think that's great. You get that in the valley, which I did forget about yesterday, it opening. So I have a lot to catch up on. Diane, I will agree. I think if they bring it back, the what I would love to see is the gift wrapping and the derby be a little more tight. I think if we're going to do, we had what, like an entire month almost of regular derbies. I have some growing. I mean, I guess if you guys would like to fill them, you're more than welcome to. I'll mark them. I had a boat earlier today that wanted pineapples, so I was down to like the last 13. I think the gift wrapping station was fun for some, not fun for all. I want some tweaks to it. I think spreading them out. I think that when they ended things, it needed to reset the queue because from my understanding, kind of from seeing what people posted, is that you get Heyday's already kind of planned your next X amount of boats. And thank you, Russell and Sunshine, that you have to, so already planned what's coming for so many boats. And so if you didn't keep at your current rate of sending, or you didn't send enough to get through those boats, then you end up with people. I saw somebody, I really don't know that I believe that they really got today. I'm thinking the group, they had a delay in posting the post and that it was from the other day. But they should have cleared it when they reset and they took our machines and our gifts. But if you guys looked and saw, the gifts are still in our barn, which means I think they're really going to listen to feedback that we give on the event and offer it again. I personally would love to see it for Valentine's Day. Here in the US, it's usually something we give gifts for. I would love to see it come out for Heyday's birthday and back again on Christmas. If they did it those 3 times a year, special events for like 2 weeks, no more than 3 weeks by any means, and they had some tweaks to it, I think they really could have something. And maybe not make it the same type of event that they had, but like Russell said, maybe spread out how many of the holly crates you're getting boats, and so like the symbol would come up. Maybe my next boat would have had a holly symbol to know that, hey, I'm getting a holly boat. Hey, well, when you get a holly boat, you can see what's coming, you can prep it, you're not continuously having to work it, because a lot of people who were higher levels were out of milk. I saw a lot of lower level farms that could not participate sell milk, and they made some good money. I wouldn't mind Easter, but I think, Diane, one of the problems is that they do try to balance with all. So I think if they're going to, we already have Christmas. We don't. Hey Jordan, they don't have it. If you guys didn't realize, they don't actually have any real Hanukkah. And while that's more on like a religious side, it's also commercial of what's celebrated. They do the Chinese New Year. They don't do like an American New Year's. No, not this diamond deal. It is for the 15% off. I will not buy until it's 30. So I think if they balance out what holidays or events, I think Valentine's Day is universal enough. Haiti birthday definitely is. Christmas is. I wouldn't mind Easter at all, but I think they may need to tie it in with maybe some other times that it's bringing in. But if they really did like um, exactly, Suzanne. So I get why they did like indigo and strawberries, and they chose things that were somewhat overwhelming in the paper on a regular basis. But then the amount of sugar. They do have a lot of Easter deco, so I could see that. You are right, Diana. I really do wish, though, the balance of, they need a balance better, not just with what's in the paper, because I love that they did that, but the balance of like every 5 boats we get some, and maybe up the ante a little bit on that holly. Kick it up a little bit, especially if we're using things like mayo, milk, cookies. I mean, the amount of sugar that you went through, the honey that you went through. And it's not that some of them were so long to process. And I actually had one farm where I was able to sell off some of the cotton, and it helped out, but the derby wasn't tied into it. Who gets a bingo derby that's already somewhat complicated on top of the boat event? We had just done, like 3 weeks of regular derby? They should have just left it as regular derbies, or thrown in a chill derby. Not a let's do bingo where you really have to strategize what you're getting on top of wrapping up the boat. That, I mean, oh my gosh. Jordan, Jade set that up for me. She set up that bot for me. And it actually goes off twice, because when this uploads after I'm done live streaming, it re-pings. So there's a little glitch in it. I like bingo. I don't mind bingo. I really like the strategy of bingo. I like that this is a strategy game. And I have some ideas, and I'm hoping to get them all like typed up and passed along. But the balance of some of this, just, it needs the tweaking, and from a technical standpoint, I think they could have done just a little bit better, and I expected a little bit better. Deco wise, though, was cool. Wasn't thrilled about the ornament tower, FYI. You really did have to hoard a lot of things. And it worked kind of funny. Something that wasn't realized closer to the end was when people started getting mastery. Your mastery only counted for yourself and those who filled your boats. It didn't apply to anybody else's. And so then everybody was like jumping on the boat leaders and wanting to see who was doing theirs. Retta was amazing as always. I had no doubt that as soon as Retta had enough to buy everything in the catalog, he would let everybody fill his, which was great for those who took care of it. But I think that they need to look at it. But I think it's going to come back for those who really hated it. I think it's going to come back. I would love to see an option where you could not participate in the event should you choose not to. If you are a boat rusher and you can't get anything in the catalog, or you had maxed out everything in the catalog, that means you're a high enough player that you didn't need the money from the Holly, that you didn't need the money from the gifts that you ended up getting as a surprise. You just needed to be able to say, like, I'm down, I want to opt out of this event. Because we can do that with the Valley. And it doesn't hurt us. And I was really sad that so many people were upset that the way it was programmed, I should say. You couldn't do like the puzzle boats. Because I personally think they could have just added in extra puzzle boats. It wasn't they couldn't maybe do those 5 and then max out in a row, or once you got to 5. But they could have sent you like 5 extra boats that week. And I don't like giving up puzzle pieces, so I guarantee you I filled every one of my puzzle boats. Yes. And you know what I also liked, Diane, was that because it was considered a purchase, so now at the beginning, the boosters were really crappy. And they were cheap. But they made a great holding spot for a better booster for like yesterday's boat booster event. And you could swap them out. Towards the end, they were more 4 and 5 stars. It also made me realize that we are lacking in a lot of boosters. And I mean a lot of boosters. I started making a full list of all of the ones that we are missing. And the highest level machine, level 58. Highest level crop, 60. I was like, why haven't we done anything about these? We have so many new products, and yeah, Russell. I went through Heyday Wiki. So our highest crop that is boosted is the onion. Not in length, but highest level. Nothing past you getting an onion has a crop booster. Onions come available at level 68. I know that because this one down here just got them during the 3 times XP. And so I've built them up, but not as much as I want to. There's also a few other problems that I've seen. I hate marking these for help, but if you have them, I will gladly take them. And I will make as much of the butter, though, as I can myself. Aw, thanks, Suzanne. Yeah, I have a list together. It's in my Discord server, and I have it hidden because I was working on it. But maybe I should open it up, and anybody who wants to, you're welcome to. I'm still working on my server, but it is up. It is there. We've got some book discussions going on. I have a little section for talking about food. So I have some other things besides Heyday in there. And I would love to have any of you join if you would like. I know I'd spend time with a lot of you and other people's servers, but you are more than... No, and I think I'm good. Russell got me covered on there. Thanks, Fantas, for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Yeah, the derbies do. So I have that list as well, Diane, that I'm working on. We don't have new ones. We have a lot of things that are missing, and I think for some of the... I think it would make it a little more challenging for some of the higher level players if some of the newer products were included. Not saying that they would necessarily do them, but they're really predictable. We stack for them. We have a lot of the same teams that go, and I'm so happy for them for that. But I would definitely love to see what some revamping can do. Oh, thank you. I actually have them, Fantas. I just have to transfer them from another farm. But thank you so much. I did not like... Hey, Gabby, I did not. I will tell you, did not like a week of 3XP trucks. They are my least favorite thing to do to begin with. I avoid trucks by all means unless they are my task for the farm pass. Good luck with studying, Jordan. It depletes. You have to have more of every item. You have to be able to have that availability. Where boats, when you do that, you don't have to. And even the town is not as greedy as the boats. And I think it would be nice. The only thing that oh, cool, Diane. The only thing that's nice about the trucks and why they're almost always included is for anybody who's starting like a baby farm or has just joined, because there's always new people joining Heyday. And met one earlier today in another stream. They've been playing for 3 days. They would have loved that triple XP truck because trucks would have been available to them. But that was too long. if they had even split it with some of the town, I think it would have helped. But a whole week with the boat event going on, it was just too much. So I'm hoping that they mix things up this year. I don't want to see at week 51 for the third year in a row, we're going to have 3 XP week. So it's not going to be as predictable. There wasn't a way. It is too much coding for 3 times the XP on boats, especially when you're taking away so many crates for the Holly. Dan, that's how I feel about boats. 110%. It is a punishment when I am told I have to do boats. Oh, I've got even enough to make them on here. Grow some radishes. I would just like to see some. I'm gonna lose where they are again. Okay, there. I'd like to see some variety, a little bit of tweaks for this year. I like to see the changes for edit mode come this year. I have a suspicion that edit mode hasn't been fixed because they're changing the UI, the user interface, to be similar to what we have for the store, which a lot of people have asked for. I think that would be really cool and great to see that change. I'd like to see them add some new life to the town. I think there's some new buildings or opportunities that could be added there. And I really want to see them take and connect more of the aspects of playing Hay Day. Because right now, if you want to ignore the valley, you can ignore it. Hitty. Wait, what did I... Oh. Thank you, Russell. Lucky I even had money on this. So I forgot about one of my farms during the event. Let me go show you guys. That's bad. I made it up to 13,000. I started the double coin event with less than 1,000 coins. It was bad. So bad. And I forgot about this farm completely until the second day, middle of the day. It was like, I think I'm forgetting one. So then I concentrated on this one, and I didn't use a booster, and I was like, why didn't I use a booster? I have a ton in storage. Oh, clearly I wasn't fully myself at that point. I was like, okay. I needed normal life to resume. Hey, Debbie, I hope you're having a good New Year so far. Is there anything that you really want to see come to Hay Day in 2023? Something changed, something added? The I'm guessing here we've got about, I think, 2 weeks left before Chinese New Year's hits, you guys. Roughly. So I think we'll start seeing the fireworks around. Let me look at the calendar. Put a guesstimation on my. Doesn't want to show me the calendar. If they started on a Monday, they'd have to do either the 16th or the 23rd. So somewhere between that week is my guess for Chinese New Year's to start. A town sweet shop. Yes. So we had mini games with Heyday Pop, and I didn't really get into Heyday Pop as much as others. So I think it would depend on what you mean by mini games. Because one of the things that's nice about Heyday, so they'd have to find that balance, is you can come in, do the valley, do your regular farming, do your derby, go. You don't have to do every section. However, what I'd like to see better tied together is my Sun Points sure, like, they match the Farm Pass, or they match the really so that they match more to be in sync, because not everything's gonna line up. Oh, they definitely have got to do something about that chicken. The Chicken Valley. I will honestly admit that the Chicken Valley last time was the easiest Chicken Valley I think I've ever played. And I was on one farm, I was off, I didn't even realize it, by like 4 tokens and getting the deco. I was so mad. But it was my smallest baby farm, so I wasn't assuming nothing again. This is another glitch. I want them to fix the glitches. I don't know if Carol's still here. Carol, if you are still here, I have a question for you. Hi. I love how I say your name and here you are. They're going to give us new machines. I would like to see a cookie machine and a pizza oven. And give the bakery a rest. Yeah, they need to do something there. That would have to be a game balance or quality of life. Sometimes referred to kind of an update where they separate some of it and are then able to move some of the products constantly around. But Carol, do you have a problem? And I know you're free to play, so you may not be able to answer us. Oh, the juice maker. Don't even get me started on that. So, Rose is here. Okay, it's on here. I have buy Rose. Now, the other day, like I said, I was working on this farm. So this farm, I got the pop-ups for. Hey, your boat's gonna leave soon. Hey, Tom's ready for a new errand. But I found that when you have multiples, if I log into this farm on this device, either of my devices, I don't get a pop-up for any of my other farms. So Rose ran out on my level 74 farm, and I had to activate a booster. And which is what's going right now. I have a booster activated. And I'm going to have to pay attention to make sure I come back and do it, because there's no functionality to get alerts from multiple farms on one device. I would love to see that. And for Carol, I think that would probably, since you're a free-to-play player, would probably not apply so much to maybe the helpers, but for like if somebody helps your boat, or if your boat's about to leave, it'd be nice to get those pop-ups. It does. Hey, Caleb, how's it going? Dan, it would be nice. And it's been asked about in a sense of potentially could you make tools with the ore? We have the one. We have the cake, the fancy cake. That takes the gold. We have. What is it called? I'll have to go to my other farm. Actually, I really wanted to try to get these last couple of thousand points and level up on screen. But I'm curious, because this is the only one that has it. The Bright Bouquets. They use 5 of the iron. But once you max out on the train for your personal train, all you have is jewelry or truck orders. Hay said, by no means are we going to be allowed to make any expansion materials or axes or saws, from my understanding. I can see the expansion materials. That we cannot use the ore to make expansion materials. But I like it. Yes. But I get it. So what I wouldn't mind seeing, Debbie, is like a sanctuary helper that's similar to Rose, or Rose be expanded to be able to include that part. But that means upping her limit, and she already needs her limit upped for higher level players. But if we got like a sanctuary helper, like a zookeeper, like they could introduce like potentially toys, so you could tell your zookeeper to go play with animals, or maybe like you get an extra reward because you've cared for them, not just feeding them, but like make sure they're bathed and played with, especially the babies. I think that's so you've got to have a balancing. I think that's completely fair. Here's part of the problem. One, in all honesty, especially if you're somebody who's like me and doesn't like to cut down the trees, where do you put a secondary? I think reducing the amount of time for the cows or how much they give, it is an option. I actually think that whole thing is. I also think that as much as Hay is a free to play, some of the things we want by having the teams and the perks, they do cost, and we have to have enough players who are like me who spend enough. So Gabby, that's actually one of the boosters I've suggested. I have suggested that we get a booster for the animals. I really don't see the chicken needing an animal, but usually boosters are in sets of 3. So it would work to do. It wouldn't work to do the cows. So we only have 5. So if they did maybe 2 and 2, that would work. I could see the sheep and goat together, and maybe the bacon and cows, or even I've got a few ideas. Maybe like an extra boost to how much they produce for even the eggs could be, the chickens could throw that out. And so you have an animal booster for that. It's something I would love to see. I've suggested it. Not anybody's listened, but I've suggested it. If we aren't going to reduce the amount of time it takes for them to produce, then give us a harvest booster to give us an increase. If we're doing 50%, a 15 isn't really even. So if we take it down, that's an extra 7, which gives you 22. 22 milks from one collection is massive. It would be great. And so that'd be like a 5-star booster because you're talking about 50%. Everything, your sheep is and pigs aren't even either. So you'd have to do those like the same way. It would be huge, and it'd be great, especially if it worked during a derby. Because then you're not going to have people complaining about the weirdness on the derbies. It's derby tasks, if you find them, and they always ask for an odd number. You have got, I think it's like always 2 extra that you have to collect from. So it's like 2. And if I'm doing goat milk, I'm the one who does spend money on rushing those 2 so I can be done with it. But I don't like it because that's expensive. Yeah, 86. Milk. And it's not bad because milk is a little bit more. It's 15, 15, 15. 8, 15, 30. So you have to end up collecting like 90. So it's not the worst. But the goat milk and the sheep, especially in the breakfast task, drive me insane. And I hate doing them for that reason. So I think it would be completely reasonable to do the harvest. Well, that's actually okay. So, but you don't get alerts. I mean, you have to remember to switch between them, right, Carol? So that you're having to check them. I don't always remember to check. I want an alert that goes across all of them that are connected. Since they're super Cell ID connected, why can't we get an alert for each one of our farms that are connected. Like, hey, come, your rose boosters run out or rose time has run out. Come rebuy before that's happened. Because if I'm logging into, let's say, this farm right here, and rose isn't due, but it was due on my 74 farm, and I don't go check my 74 farm that time because I don't have something going on it that I need to check, and I don't come back for another hour, I've lost that discount. And I'd like a little pop-up that says, hey, tell me, because every one of those diamond accounts, and I don't want to have to keep wasting. And I don't think it is going to lose money by doing that. And I understand that they have to make money. I spend plenty. I added up how much I spent this year. No, I will not tell you. I told Gizmo my rough estimate. I have officially added it up. I was pretty close with my rough estimate. I spent plenty of money in the game. And that was not even counting like how many times I've had to use a booster just so I can. Peter, if I had $1 billion, I think I'd own part of Supercell. I have ideas I'd like to see. Actually, Peter, you know what? I would make the worst rich person in the world because that's exactly why I would want to share with everybody I knew and liked and cared about. But if I had $1 billion, I think I would definitely invest to be a part owner in Supercell. I love the company and what they do. I hope they bring back another event like the Helping Farmers. We had the Tree of Wonder the year before. I forget what we got this year. Was it just the donation they made to the Rodin Scholars in Pennsylvania, USA for the sustainable farming? I like that they do those things. I like that they are a conscious enough company to look at. That's not a farm I want to be on. To look at all the different aspects and see what they can apply to it. But I don't. I agree. I love Supercell and I love the Heyday community. I'd love to see our team as big as like Brawl Stars or even Clash. But those games are more pay to play than they are free to play. And I really like the fact that they have a socially conscious game that's family friendly and really sustainably free to play for so many aspects of it. And I wouldn't necessarily want to change that. I'm a little sad with the Farm Pass this month, but I'm glad that they're making it up next month with the 2 free chick vouchers. If anybody did not see my post, Ricky's post, Phoebe's post in Discord, John's post in Discord. I think I posted it in most everybody. The community manager, Chris, posted in our Heyday server of Discord that they were going to make up the missing chick voucher in February. So for all of you free-to-play players, enjoy the coins, and you'll get 2 chick vouchers next month. But I am a little sad because, it's the same stuff every time. And they've changed where some of it is. That's more important to me than other stuff. And I just feel like we're not getting as much as we used to out of it. But it's better than nothing. I like the season passes. Or the farm pass. Kind of like every season. I wish they tied a little bit of the Valley in to make people who don't necessarily play. I have a few people that I know, they don't play the Valley at all. And they are added into your Valley. I think if you don't click on the Valley, you shouldn't be added to the Valley. But they're in there. Also something I want to clarify, because somebody made a comment on Facebook about this in one of the groups. And they were very, very upset. And it seemed to be a very kind of common misunderstanding. If you do not hit the first horseshoe of your derby, you will not stay in that league. It doesn't matter if you are fourth place. I'm not sure how it works in the top three. That one's a little... No, actually I did. You demoted. It doesn't matter what place you finish. You have to hit the first horseshoe. So if you're going to be in the Derby, it's not just that you have to finish above the 12th place or higher to stay in. Because 13, 14, 15, if you're playing with 15 teams, get demoted. You have to hit that first horseshoe. Somebody said, well, I played the Derby, and they were playing by themselves. I was in third place when I quit playing. I dropped to 5th place. I wasn't worried about it. It's the last day. I didn't want to spend any jumps to finish tasks or spend my day deleting it. It was New Year's Day. I finished 5th, so why was I demoted? And out of curiosity, I wondered how many actual tasks they had done. And I was like, well, how many tasks did you do? She's like, oh, I did 3. I was like, that's only 900 if you did them at the maximum points. It was like, did you even make the first horseshoe? And she goes, well, no, I didn't collect any rewards. And I was like, well, that's your problem. So if anybody's curious, it doesn't matter what place you finish in if you do not hit that first horseshoe. I don't think that's a problem for anybody in here. But just to make sure it's clear, since I saw people who were very surprised about that answer, you do have to finish the first horseshoe. Also, I should not be sick when the Valley ends, because I forgot to do my lucky bonus. If anybody is new here, I do not collect my lucky bonus especially until the end of the Derby. I usually like to save it for the Thursday before, so I can do it live streaming. But as I was sick and did not stream, I forgot about it. And I did not collect them. So I missed my lucky bonuses. And I was very sad. all my own fault for not remembering. But I may need somebody to remind me when it gets towards the end of the month that, like, hey, you're not going to be streaming when the valley ends. You may want to remember to collect your items from the valley. But, hey, it happens. It was 1 month. It wasn't a big deal. I learned my lesson. It was kind of funny. Alright, find a diner. Not a bad point. Okay, so see, I have not entered the valley yet. I forgot about it yesterday. Yesterday was day 1. And you can see my farms are already assigned. And so are my hoodies where they're going to be. And one of those that I clicked on was a hoodie who does not play in the Derby. She doesn't do the Valley. She's one of the daughters to my hoodies, so she doesn't play, but she's automatically placed. Even though this is the first time I'm coming into the Valley, my other farms are already placed. Thankfully, we're not terribly far apart. So 2 of them and 2 of them, they're always placed close together, it seems. I think we should have the option to say, like, hey, I don't want to play. Thanks. And then we don't have to have people in the valley who aren't going to be helping us towards the rewards. Not that they actually get any rewards. Just like if you have somebody in your hood who's not playing in the Derby, you have to complete at least one task to collect the rewards if your hood gets to the first horseshoe. But if you have that person that just does like one task in your hood, kick them out Sunday night or early Monday morning before they can collect their prizes. Hi, Phoebe. Oh, I'm glad you are getting rest. No need to apologize. I was on a rant about boosters and some valley changes and things I'd like to see to come this year and how we could tweak a few things. And I forgot yesterday about entering the Derby or the Valley, and I was commenting how last month, because I was sick, I'd forgotten to collect my lucky bonus because I save them to the end on me. But I was commenting how it'd be nice to have an opt-out for the Valley so that the players who aren't going to play aren't placed in your Valley. Because this is the first time I'm entering from any farm, and I can already see where my other farms are going to be. And I already saw where one of my other hoodies, her daughter, is in her hood. She doesn't play much or do anything, but she has the option. She never does the Valley, and she's already entered in. It'd be nice that if you don't enter the Valley, you're not counted. Like, you're not a participant. It's until you enter, you don't get to get a placement already in there. I know that may be a little complicated on the programming side, but it'd be nice. I don't know that it really goes into figuring out, but I don't know how much it goes into the algorithm of figuring out, but it would take away potential spots for players who would participate, especially in the Chicken Valley where you have to. When you're ready, T, then you'll be ready and you'll know. I don't know which route I want to take. I want to stay close to where I'll be by a fish. But this way is the animals. We're heading this way. That solves that dilemma. I hope you had a very good nap, Phoebe. You're definitely due to have some ability to. I don't know which way to go. I'm gonna run out before. Aww. I'm really glad Sugar feels good. Sugar is just so cute. If you have not seen Phoebe's dog, Sugar, y'all should go follow Phoebe and join her Discord where she has posted pictures before. Follow her on Facebook. Sometimes in streams she's shown pictures and videos. And Sugar is just so cute. And not only does Phoebe say she's sweet, but she really does look like the pure white of white sugar. So it's so fitting. Hey, Charlie. I know my name is cute. My sister recently just lost her. They lost their dog. He was, I don't know how old he was, but he crossed that bridge right before Christmas. My nephew is already ready for one. My sister is just not, and but she's had him. I want to say 12 years, but I may be wrong. I really want to say 12, but he was a rescue. And super cute. And I'm really glad that she does not have social media, like YouTube or anything, because they she would probably kill me for telling you. She does not like social media. It's so funny. She is the opposite of technology than I am. I came out for eggs because I'm already losing my train of thought tonight. What are my subtasks plant some tomatoes. And some corn. I am really looking forward to seeing what this year will bring for Hay Day. If you guys haven't seen, they really do want feedback on their Twitter account for sure. They posted asking what you would like to be seen on Brought to Hay Day. They said no, a night mode is a no for now, so don't get your hopes up with that one. But they are looking. So if you would like to put your 2 cents in for what you would like to see come, like I have a list, then go to their Hay Day page on, I think it's on Facebook too, but definitely on Twitter, and you can let them know what your thoughts are. Hey Ian, thanks for joining. I'm hoping I can finish the last of this ballet task for today. Ooh, I got a 9. Oh, that's not a ton helpful. More tone. More. Then I'm back to where I've been. Oh, that one sounds like it's going to take a lot. We'll just keep following this way. Oh yeah, no problems, Charlie. I'm glad you're being able to get some rest, and I'm glad to see you're even on with all the rain that's been happening out there. That you're doing all right. I am doing much better than I was. Thank you, Ian. Little sore still, but it's not too bad. So I am back into the swing of things. Hopefully. Oh yeah, Phoebe. That's every time they do one of these production events with the fishing lures, I wonder. Mine's gonna go collect and make some more. When a fishing event will come. So maybe that's Phoebe's hint that next week we're getting a fishing event. I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up with one next week. You can't tell us before tomorrow anyway, I know. We have 6.5 more hours before you can share it the earliest. I really like that this year they are sharing. They're allowing you guys to share and let us know ahead of time. It brings an extra element of surprise. You're right, Russell. Phoebe's gonna zip it up. Even if she's looked, she's not gonna spill the beans. I'm hoping maybe though that the comment about the fishing event was an Easter egg. Maybe that's what Phoebe should do. I don't know about selling it. I wouldn't want to sell the voucher ones. And I think if you're not going to be able to sell the voucher ones, but then if you look at boat rushers like Retta and even Gizmo, I don't even want to think of how many vouchers Nudie has. If you're not using them for deco, then selling those fishing lures to players like me or Gabby or Ian or Phoebe who don't have a ton of extra vouchers from rushing boats and we could buy them for coin, that would be amazing. I like the way you think, Gabby. That is a good idea. I want penguins. I want penguins, Peter. I want penguins so bad. I really, 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 really hope they bring penguins. But I also think if they bring penguins, that we're starting to look at needing to expand the tundra. And if that's an awful lot, then that's going to need to happen. Yeah, exactly. It's already getting crowded over in the tundra. Just looking at you guys that already have the walruses. Hmm. Probably won't make it back to the sanctuary tonight. Maybe I'll be able to finish off 10 and 3. That works. Could not, of course, I couldn't get it. I could hope. I do too, Diane. I think it's great to know. Just to even be able to plan with uh, the events versus the derby and knowing if you want to opt out or some even purposely drop. They've it was an actual interesting discussion. It's probably one of the only times I will honestly admit I was fascinated by discussion in the Facebook group for Heyday versus more appalled. Somebody said, depending on the derby type they have, that they will wait till closer to when Phoebe announces the derby on Sunday. They'll come in, they'll watch, and then they decide whether or not they push extra to try to go. And they just use diamonds for their derby. I love knowing and being able to prep ahead for the feed or for the weekly task. Like I probably should start loading up my townies now to collect tomorrow. I was just hoping for more town building tasks. I have boats at the wazoo. I have a person. I really have wonky tasks this week from not playing. Oh, I gotta go collect on my other farms. Let's see what you need. I like it. I mean, I was kind of burnt out like a lot of you. Okay, you're trying to unlock 4. Okay, I'm curious. How many people are unlocking multiples? Because lately I thought all of my puzzle pieces were going to just one, maybe 2 animals. I have more than that unlocked, but I haven't seen my puzzle pieces going to that many. Or at least not being that widespread. Those are going. Do those. First one's done. I think it depends on how many animals. I don't have a ton though. I mean, I'm maybe halfway through 2 of mine. And I definitely don't I love seeing how many of you guys spin the wheels for and spend the diamonds. But the gray had to be finished before you could unlock the brown. I agree. And what I've noticed is if you can unlock the animal, then if you have the animal unlocked, there's a chance that you'll get a townie who comes in that wants an animal that's unlocked but you don't actually have. And it's fairly rare, but I have. Thank you, Russell. I have seen it. I've seen it on my own farm a couple of times. 3. 4. I will honestly say last month was the first month that I really utilized those extra slots to the maximum. I could not open my farm pass fast enough. Of course, only to get sick. But I definitely pushed how fast I opened them. Reindeer, holly hedges. Oh, butter. Oh, they say barns based on this one. And I think we've only got maybe 2 weeks, I'm guessing. Somewhere around 2 weeks till Chinese New Year starts. If I'm remembering correctly. Hey Lori, welcome. Hope you're having a good New Year's. Or start to the new year, I should say. We're into it kind of already. It's been a pretty decent start for me. Glad to be back and feeling better. That is for sure. Lori, did you make any heyday goals for yourself this year? Anybody need some wheat? Oh, I put a base price up. You may want to catch that. Of course I did that. That was quick, Russell. Oh, I always miss that because it's on the end. You'd think I'd catch it with its purpleness. So not a bright enough color. Wow. I just don't understand how they expect us to work on like 4 at a time. I can understand maybe 2, but it's hard enough. We don't get enough puzzle boats to open a new farm, like a new animal every month. Last month, I was lucky. I opened 2, but I had been working on those 2 for a while on one of my farms. I posted one of the videos on TikTok out of curiosity to see how it would do. And I put it to the Brawl Stars Champion song. For anybody who plays Brawl Stars, I'm sure you know who I am. Yes, Ian. Also, if you do not make it to the first, whether you're solo or not, hey Cindy, if your hood does not make it to the first horseshoe, no matter what position you finish in, you are dropped. Leagues. You are demoted. And I went back and I verified it. Maybe you can correct me if I'm super wrong, but you have to hit that first horseshoe as a hood, whether it's by yourself or everybody. But if you do not hit that first horseshoe, you are done in that league. Got my butter's cooking. I took a week off while I was sick from playing the Derby. And I got demoted. Because I thought somebody else was going. The only other person in my hood that actively does derbies ever said, I'm on vacation, I can do it. And they ended up sick. So, but I was not up for bingo, boats, and how I was feeling. So I had opted out of that one. I think a lot of people did. Okay, now, Phoebe, I'm curious. Happy to have supplied some wheat. I wish this error message would go away because it's for nothing. There was an update. Oh, that's interesting, Phoebe. That's good to know, though. Color me not surprised. Phoebe and I have the same carrier. I'm curious if they fixed it too. Oh, to do my valley here. Knowing who the carrier is. Yeah. I don't use their equipment. I'm bad. I use my own. That bugs me. When the cloud coverage is that thick. I don't mind that it's so thick over here. When you get a patch with something pretty close, it drives me nuts. Because I can see all the way out here. That's what I have to do. Just go going. So, if I go down this way, do I have any fish shops? Not until I go that way. Oh, let's see what. How is this too far? Oh, wrong farm. Probably be helpful if I was paying attention to where the red dot was. I'd be curious to see what they offer as the new equipment. I know there's a fish shop up that way. There's not animals. But I don't know if there's a fish shop up this way. Or this way. Clears the cloud smells. This makes it a lot harder to plan in the sanctuary. I have to go back up, I guess. I really don't want to do delivery. There's one, okay. Yeah, the MBPS is. Not so much the plan here, Cindy. We have an issue with them upgrading equipment because they swap manufacturers. They have, there's not a lot of good options, unfortunately, here on my side of the river. I've got two if I want to stick with what we're used, like the non-satellite version. But they don't carry my plan anymore. I'm in a contract, so if I leave the contract to get something else and try to change something, then it doesn't make much difference, and I lose more than I would gain. Thankfully, I'm locked into a contract as well. Yeah. And I lost where I was going. No, I didn't. I don't want to make all these deliveries. That's the last thing I gotta do though on this one. So we're just gonna go there and visit. Hi, Raina. Nope, we're just gonna go there and visit and quit for the night. Since I forgot about it yesterday. Really, really, really. I wonder how much it would take just weeding to get this last 3,000. I don't think I have enough to do that boat. I'm hoping they add some more and some new events this year too. To the mix. So flex their creativity. Phoebe, is what you have the only one on your side where that isn't satellite, out of curiosity? Oh, is Reddit doing boats? Thanks. I will stock me some. I do not have 25 bread. By the time I have 25 bread, he'll have that filled. You have at least 3. Okay. Ooh, look at the fish jumping. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen them jump like that. That was a lot of fish jumping. Especially for nothing in here. Back and see what See if Retta needs something that I can give. Nope, not yet. It's calling in a boat. Good night, Debbie. Thanks for coming. It was a lot of fish, Erna. I think that is the most I have seen. Oh, of course not. Phoebe, are you stalking Retta too? Go find somebody else. Stalk and find somebody else. Thanks. Are you the one sniping Retta's crates? I was trying to stalk him and fill. I wanted to try to finish leveling up on stream tonight. Before I went. You fill his bread? I didn't have the bread. Sometimes I can come back and rush if I had enough time, but somebody's got those candles and lobsters really, really fast. Anybody else have boats I could potentially, or town goodies? I'm gonna go around and I won't give up my Apple TV. That sounds really bad, probably. But I won't. I love my Apple TV. Alright. Gigi, your town's been filled. You can start feeding them. Can't do any of those. Try to get some of these. Well, where's the one that needs help? Yeah, I think I have the hot dogs for sure. I stocked up on those. Top hats I actually have. Thank you. Where's my one I don't have. Can I make it? I can. 3 eggs. There we go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get there. So close. I'm missing the chat, sorry. Sunshine 152. Because I just rush them. I'm a horrible player. I probably should fill them and not and make sure I fill way better than I do, but I tend to just rush through them. I actually stream some of those. I really don't know why I pay for cable. I will admit I wish the Roku app was on my Apple, because there's some stuff on the Roku that I would love to watch that isn't available anywhere else. And I have to watch it on my phone, or I have to cast it to my TV. But because I have all of the Apple products, including Apple TV, because I pay for like all in one, Apple One. Yeah, that's what it's called, I think. They, it does, I get that as part of it. But like my kids, they have the Roku, which is fine. And Roku does have the Apple TV. So like my mom has Roku, not Apple, but because she pays for the Apple One Premiere or whatever they call it now, they have the Apple TV app, so she can still watch all the free Apple TV items on the Roku. But she's just ecstatic about. I rushed through a lot of my the just Russell, your boat's ready to go. I really just rushed through products. Well, that's what I spend most of my diamonds on. If I'm going to spend them. And rushing boats and I do, Peter, but probably not so much for the TV, because I don't watch a lot of Apple TV. I use it for music, extensively for music. And then it's good for with the kids sharing purchases. And then the cloud storage. So I have everything linked to cloud storage. I could probably decrease the amount of storage I buy on my next phone. I won't, but I probably could, because I have so much stored in my cloud now. But I do like it. Caramel apple. Let's see, can I make a caramel apple? Nope, I don't have the sugar. They say they are, Peter, but they're losing so many. They're losing so much that I don't know. I think they're trying to figure out if it's because they did the crackdown and tested the crackdown in so many places on the password sharing, or if it's truly because people aren't happy that it's not the same kind of Netflix as you used to. And they just released a new Disney bundle, but I have the I lost my train of thought, sorry. I have Amazon Prime because I order stuff monthly for my kids through there. But okay, we don't need much. Let's try a round of weeding. Oh, maybe we'll be there. If you have Amazon, every month, if you go to, I gotta pull up the site. It's in my Discord, so I'm gonna go grab it. Amazon. Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for the points. If you have Amazon Prime, every month with this link, you get nope, hold on. Can't do it from my Discord channel. Sorry, I'm trying to drink something. If you have Prime, you can get a free book and then a discount on other books that are coming out every month with Amazon Prime. So if you like to read, you don't have to have the Kindle. You have to have the Kindle app, but you don't have to have like a Kindle Unlimited subscription. You get a free book every month digitally with that, as long as you have Amazon Prime. And woohoo, we leveled up. Yes. I am happy. You can get a free book. You just need the Kindle app to read it, which is free. But you don't need the thank you guys so much for all the help. But you guys you don't, it's just free. Yes. And you can share some of the I have the gaming stuff. Actually I use it all the time. It's attached to Twitch. If nobody realized that, Amazon bought the streaming service Twitch. Every month you can also collect some really cool things, and you can get a subscription. I think you can subscribe to a channel on Twitch every month. You can watch things. There's the gaming. If you have Amazon Prime, it's well worth it if you know some of the stuff on Amazon to have the Prime. And you can have up to so many family members. And then if you use Twitch, you can watch, like sync up and watch movies together, like a watch party. there's some really cool things that they're doing, and they're using Twitch to do a lot of it, which is really fun to see that they're expanding their services. Now I'm just a spokesperson for Amazon too now, I guess. My kids love this. We get new things quite a bit. And we get my one gets something for Pokemon Go every month with it. Don't ask me anything about it because I know nothing. I try to play with him. I don't get it. It's not my thing. But if you have an Amazon Prime account and you aren't using those things, there are some things that are definitely worth checking out, especially the books. Now that I've leveled up, I appreciate you guys spending all this time with me tonight for my first stream of the new year. We'll let you all get some rest because I know some of you, it's probably getting to be bedtime. Some of you I will see in Ricky's stream later tonight. It'll be in about 3 hours if he is able to stream on time. Thank you for helping me level up, everybody who put helps out and things for me to fill. I have some hope in that farm. I'm gonna try to back off on some of my lower farms and really focus on getting that my main farm, my primary one that I had started, not my other ones, up to 114 this year. So, lofty goals for myself. I really do appreciate everybody joining me and all the wonderful likes that you have given. It means a lot to me. Thank you for coming out, and I will see y'all next week. Happy farming. Bye, y'all.